Hey, at this time, Justin Fennell. I mean, you know this. I'm telling you again, he's so nuts you'll probably be allergic to him. I tried one more time. Justin, you got to do this. I can't do this. I can't be funny, tell funny. Introduce me and then I'll leave.
What do you need, man?
I love this guy. Let's thank him right now for coming. Really. Because I'm telling you, he is a jack of all trades and a master of most. Really. I do see him now and then on the interweb, on funny Facebook.
The dark web.
Yeah, the dark web and whatever. No, I'm telling you, the stuff that he's into. You know, we've had him here a few times, and at least one Christmas, a non-Christmas, and just been great. But last year, he posts on Facebook, "I'm not doing any more traveling. I'm not doing any more comedian." So I emailed him. I said, "Can I book you for next Christmas?" I figured he'd say no. And he said yes to us. And I'm excited. I really am. Justin,
Well, I had air miles that I needed to use. And, hey, stay away. What? I really, I never got to say thanks for letting me be on your show when you were in New York. And I've always wanted to, late night. And I enjoyed that. And I just have to say to you publicly, thanks for paying retail. Because that is a nice jacket, and I know that really hurt you, having to spend more money than you ought to, because you are Scottish by trade. I don't know if you are by birth, but you're the cheapest person I've ever met in my whole life. But that's the only reason he can't afford anyone else. He could afford more, but he won't pay. And so that's why I'm here every year, because... Thanks.
True.
And actually, I love coming here. I love Mike and his wife, which is the better half of the two. And give a hand to your lovely pastor and his wife, because it is really a blessing to have great leadership and loyal leadership who love you even when you're not so lovable. Have you ever been not so lovable? And he'll still take your phone call if you keep tithing. And so he doesn't really check that too much, just every other week. And so... nice to be here with you and be your guest tonight. What an honor to get asked back. I mean, this is only 3 people in the world that do that. So thanks. I've been a humorist for over 35 years. How about the same joke? One joke. So maybe more than one, but I'm from Georgia. That's a joke. Say, how many jokes are there about Georgia? 3. The rest are true. And so I know. I know what y'all say. You know, they still think they're fighting the war. We don't think we are. So, yeah, we have stores in the South called Winn-Dixie. It's the real name, Winn-Dixie. I had to go and say, we lost, okay? Let's get over it. But I was generally speaking. Generally. All right, so never... All right, back to the show. So anyway, glad to be here. I'll probably throw some groaners out there, but it's all clean. I don't do any blue material. Doesn't have to be filthy to be funny. That's how I think about it. And stories, and most of mine are true stories, just like your pastor preaching. You ever heard a pastor say that before he started preaching? Hey, before I start preaching, I want to tell you a true story. What's the rest of the sermon going to be? A bunch of lies? You have to understand, most of my material about preaching comes from being in a preacher's home. My dad's a Pentecostal, fire-breathing preacher. Says God with 3 syllables. You know the type? God! You know. They go up high, they come down low. They get loud, they get soft. And they're talking triplicate. I said they're talking triplicate. Amen, amen, and amen. I said, Dad, how come you talk like that? I can't help it. I said, I can't help it, son. It's a Trinity. It's a Trinity coming out in me. You think that's embarrassing? Try to be with your dad after church when he's still got a little carryover anointing. And we're at McDonald's. Just McDonald's, folks. It's generic. Not for my dad. I'll have a Big Mac. Send the order of fries. Say, Dad, just order a number 6. A 666? Look what you done to me. I got the mark of the beef. The mark of the beef? Really, Dad? You got the mark of the feast is what you got. 888, big pulpit bumper. You know. But we don't say anything because we don't want to call names against the one sin that's observable by everyone, gluttony. We preach against everything but gluttony. We don't preach against that one because we're guilty. I'm the chiefest of sinners, as Paul would say. You know, we preached against everything we couldn't afford is what we did. Remember that? I don't know if you grew up in Pentecost, but we used to preach against everything. I mean, if you wanted it and couldn't afford it, preacher's going to be preaching against it. I mean, I wanted television growing up. Not then. Nope. My dad preached against television. Television! Tube of the devil! Tube of the devil! Television! Dad, it's not that bad. Come on. Tube of the devil. And the deacons got upset and finally bought us a television. But I didn't know if we'd get to use it or not. I'm waiting for the testimony. If we get a testimony, I'm probably going to get to watch Bonanza sometime. You know, but I'd have to call in sick on Sunday night because that's when it came on. And I didn't even know what television shows were on. I wanted to watch Flipper. I heard about Flipper. I heard about a dolphin that could talk. And that's all I knew. But finally he weighed in. The Lord blessed us with a television this week. Praise the Lord. We're going to get to watch television. But we didn't put an aerial antenna up because that's the tail of the devil. That's it. If you had an aerial antenna outside your house, that is the tail of the devil hooked to the tube of the devil. All we had was a pair of rabbit ears. But rabbit ears will work if you save the aluminum foil from Thanksgiving. Because that's which we did because we are repurposers. We don't throw anything away. Anybody grow up in a family like that? I'm telling you, if we killed a hog, we saved the grunt. We are thrifty. Use that aluminum foil. Put on that antenna. That antenna. Everything where we grew up ended with the letter R. Like car. Hey, I don't understand up here. They don't call them cars. Car. Park your car. What's a car? You know, you drive it around in it, around the park. We're 26-letter people down there, not 25. We believe every letter in the alphabet should be used. But the people up in Boston ruined the language for us down there. Say, how do they do that? Well, they don't have any respect for the letter I. They threw all the I's out in the ABBA. The Boston Tea Party. Tea Party sounds like something you should shut the door to, not put in a history book. I'm just telling you, that doesn't sound very good to me. A tea party. Well, you can't throw that many R's away without influencing another culture group. You just can't. So what happened? You threw all your I's out in the ABBA. Now all the pirates, all they can say is R, R. They're very angry. They used to have lucid conversations, but no, it's R, 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 R. Houston didn't fight so much, but since all they can say is R. What R's didn't float out the ocean, floated down the river to the Appalachian Basin. So now it's sorry, I almost made it. Appalachian Americans, we have to add the R to our words, not like we wanted to. That's why we drink Coca-Colas. Now we do our wars and live in Atlanta, Georgia. Yeah, they got us all consternated. We need a vowel movement. It's what we need. Whole South needs a vowel movement. Ha, yo. Put that aluminum foil on that antenna. Put it up against the window. Make it come in good. But if, you know, just like life, things go better with a little touch. You know, and if you touch that antenna, it's going to come in even better. See, that's what I learned. Television taught me so much and brought me closer to the Lord. So how did that happen? Because the television we got was used, and the tuner knob was already off. So all we had was this prong sticking out of the middle of the tube of the devil, you know. And me being the youngest, that meant I was the remote control for our family. Hey, get up, tune the channel. Tune the channel. How do I do that? That pair of vice grips. Go out in the garage, get that pair of metal vice grips and stick it into the interior of the tube of the devil. You think I'm going to make it into the pearly whites? You know, having the last act on earth being the defiant tube of the devil act. You're sending me south, Dad, you know, where it's hot. It's called Florida. Some people call it HE double hockey sticks. So I was scared, clamped onto that. I'm alive. Put it on two. Where is two? I don't know what two is. Click it. Finally something would come in and we'd just arrange those rabbit ears just right and be all contortionist. There, that's perfect. I want to watch two. You can watch during the commercial. Okay. What's a commercial? We didn't know anything, but it was good. Tube of the devil. Preached against it. Preached against open-toed shoes. Them curly hairdos women had. Women were supposed to wear their hair up, not down, like Marge Simpson hair. You know, the higher the hair, the closer to God. Remember? All these legalism things we used to. Is anyone still into that? I mean, I don't know. I mean, you know you're a legalist if you think polyester is a biblical fabric. I'm just saying, you know. If you've ever prayed in tongues at a garage sale. There you go. Okay, but I'm just saying, my mom had that high holy hair, high holy Tower of Babel hair, you know, every Sunday morning, removable every Monday morning. He's like, what happened to your Tower of Babel hair, Mama? That's my Sunday hair. I used to think, my mother is such a Pentecostal. She's so in tune with the Lord and so happy on Sundays. Hi! She used to play the piano. And of course, she did everything the pastor's wife back then had to do. Play the piano, sing alto, cook fried chicken, look good at convention. You know. Patricia, how's your wife doing on that one? Where is your wife? Where's the hand? I know. Where is she?
Working with the kids.
She left again. Okay, well. She play piano? No. It's amazing this church has any members in it. Wife doesn't play piano. She looks good. Sing alto? She sing alto? You don't know? Boy. Oh, here she is. She came. Welcome, the pastor's wife. We love you. We're talking about you. It's your fault this church ain't growing. If you got on that piano and started playing the piano and singing alto, I know you cook fried chicken and you look good at convention. So you got halfway there already. That's my mama. Thank you. Thank you for letting us talk about you. Go back to your work. Isn't she wonderful? Give her a hand. She deserves it, not him. Yeah, y'all got a good two-for package. You got a bonus with her. That's good. So my mom was the same way. She played piano, sang alto, and she would welcome people from the piano on Sunday. Hello, hi. It's like, that's my mom. Hi. Then I snuck into her room one Sunday. I realized how she was able to maintain that velocity on that hair. There's a can and a half of Aquanet. A can and a half of Aquanet. I've sprayed enough cars now. I know what lacquer smells like. I didn't say liquor, lacquer. Lacquer. You breathe enough of that, you'll, hi! Our mom had the Holy Ghost, but she had, hi! From lacquer on Sunday morning. I'm saying, woo! My dad was pretty fun. He's that Pentecostal, you know. He scared me sometimes. I got so much to say today, I don't even know where to start. Really? Start somewhere near the end. That's why I had to work in the nursery with her. You go to a nursery. Go help out there. So being a preacher's home, people ask sometimes, what's it like growing up in a preacher's home? You ever wondered, if you're not a preacher, how the preacher raises his kids? It's like, what's it like? I go, what do you mean? Did your dad talk like with that preacher voice? Oh, yes. Really? He didn't, but I couldn't tell the truth. And so what's that like? I said, I don't know what it's like in your home, but I know in our home, like if I would assume if your dad told you to cut the grass, it'd just be cut the grass. Not my dad. So when I come home, I shall put the hand on the handle of the mower. I shall pull once, not twice, but 3 times I shall pull. I shall crank the mower, then go north, south, east, west, cut the grass, bag the grass, put the bag of grass beside the road. Thus saith the Father. I'm ready to give an offering for chores. I'm just crazy. Crazy. You don't know how good that makes me feel when I get a little, a good old guffaw, or if I get a woman to snort, that's premium right there, you know. So I know y'all don't have to put up with too many rednecks. Y'all put up with them a little bit, but I want to write. I wrote a song about what it's like on Black Friday. You know, remember Black Friday, the day after Thanksgiving, where all the deals are coming out? And I made an observation, and I thought I'd write a Christmas song about it. So here it goes. See if you like this one. A little bit more try. You better watch out. It's the time of the year when the folks from the woods all begin to appear. The day the rednecks all start coming into town. It's the annual trip for the things we all need. It's more than just a load of fertilizer and feed. The day the rednecks all start coming into town. You see our trucks at Walmart. We're parked on sides of streets. We're all hunting for some Christmas gifts from anyone who sells it cheap. Yeah, you better watch out. It's the time of the year when the folks from the woods all begin to appear. The day the rednecks all start coming in. Anybody see me point to this thing? Hey, Bubba, that's a nice camo job on that truck. You did it yourself? Impressive. Hey, is that pit bull real? Ow, it sure is. Dad's looking at guns, Mom's trying on shoes. Kids are running wild like they live in a zoo. The day the rednecks all start coming in the town. And Dad buys a big screen TV. It takes up half the floor. Mom wants to get her own telephone because she hates to have to go next door. Oh, you better watch out, better beware, better watch out, better be scared, better care. Why rednecks all start coming into town. Better watch out, better beware, better watch out, better be scared, better care. Why rednecks all start coming. Oh yeah, we're coming into town, but for only a day. Hey, 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 rednecks all start coming into town. Woo! Felt like Mariah Carey at the when she's doing the national anthem again. So what happened, buddy? We lost the monitor. It's gone. It's out like a fat kid in dodgeball. I'm telling you, gone. La, la, la. There it is. I got my voice in there now. No track. There was no track. Even the flute player. She was going to come over here, and she's crippled. Are you blind too? Almost deaf? Well, you'll enjoy my show. We can have some fun tonight, I think. I'll just not do any more music. We worked on this before you got here. We had it all set up. But the devil gets in this stuff and just won't leave. And we're not going to have... Petrucci knows what I mean by that. Why don't you buy some better equipment next time? Unbelievable. Why, they had it on sale somewhere? What? You got it, bought it with Fleetwood credit card so you can get points so you can go on cruises. Everyone knows. I'm not telling any secrets here. I love the man. He is so much fun. He's going to kill me before I leave. I can see it in the paper. Comedian gets hit by a car in parking lot. No one comes to his assistance. Preacher won't even pray last rites over. Here's how he do CPR with me. No, you're not going to make it. Sorry. We love each other. Just don't have to show it. And so, yep. Thought I'd do a true story, almost true story about what happened where I live. It's a little different in our housing situation than it is up here where y'all got all this nice building material to make your houses with so that it stays warm during the winter. We don't have that. We have what's called a mobile home. And it's mobile most of the time till you park it and then cut the tongue off. Then it's permanent then, unless a big storm comes in. So I'd like to tell you an almost true story. Anybody got any bells or keys? Got keys? Could you rattle them, make them sound like bells? Everybody, if you got them. There we go. Let's just get a little key action. All right, stop. I'm going to direct this. You ready? It was a night before Christmas in my double wide house where no creatures astir, and I just shot the last mouse. Weren't no stockings to pin to no wall, because nobody we knew wore socks, not even Ma. 10 youngins sprawled out on the living room floor in sleeping bags we bought at the secondhand store. Mama, she's a-making some beans in the kitchen while I laid on the sofa watching wrestling and fishing. When out in the yard I heard such a clamor, like the time the law came and took Uncle Roy to the slammer. Up from the couch to the window I run, poked a hole in the visqueen and pointed my gun. The bug zapper light gave a glow to the yard. On my old Massey tractors and pickups and cars, when what with my bloodshot eyes did I see but a flying Ford truck filled with dogs coming at me. But the side of the driver is what made me look twice and check. The legend's true, everybody. It's a Christmas redneck. He landed the vehicle, all hound dogs piled out as he hollered and called them by name with a shout. On Buster, on Bounder, on Rascal and Pokey, on Juggler, on Bugler, on Duke, and on Smokey. Lickety-split came the redneck with no time to waste as the hound dogs all followed right behind, keeping pace up the cinder block steps and in the front door. They crawled over everything from ceiling to floor. And then into the living room by the aluminum tree. The light shorted out when one puppy wee-wee. Get off the tree, you stupid dog. It ain't even real. His face coarse and leather commanded respect. His nose was as red as the back of his neck. He gave me a wink and elevated his cheek, and I noticed his gum line missing most of his teeth. He had a chew in his mouth, drew his lip up like a bow, as the white beard of his chin caught the juice overflow. He was wearing a hat with a Dale Earnhardt 3. And on the back of his jacket read, Harley, born to be free. He had a round Bubba belly pushing over his drawers. I laughed at the redneck in pure, flat-out joy. 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 Then the strange late-night guest hurried on with his mission, digging down in that sack for some things we'd been wishing. A box full of moon pies and an RC 12-pack. A deer hunting spotlight fell out of the sack. Ma got a terry cloth robe in the deal, and the kids all got skates and new rods and reels. Ma got a girdle to hold in her pelvis, and a Dayglow Memorial velvet picture of Elvis. He spoke nary word and came back to me and laid in my hands a middling 40 channel CB. Then sprung to the rig, turned the 8-track up high, whistled up all the dogs, and aimed the truck to the sky. Then I heard him give out a rebel yell, "Yee-haw!" and say, "Hop on, y'all, him, you boy. Where's his name? Eat my reindeer." Thank you. Y'all are just so good. What a great audience. I don't need to carry bells anymore. I did write another song because my wife and I fight every year. It's not a bad fight. It's just one that I'm right and she's right. And so neither one of us can be right. So it's just a fight. It starts at Thanksgiving, goes all through Christmas. And it's about the controversy of which I am about to sing. It's all about dressing, all about dressing. Dressing's all it's about. It's such a lovely blessing that we keep assessing. It's that topic we love talking about. Everybody's getting into dressing, but each has their own point of view. Why, to me, it's that hot dish that goes with a turkey. To her, she's the hot dish. The turkey is you. Guess it was just meant to be. It's all about dressing. It's true, we're confessing that dressing's all it's about. You want to hear some more? She loves those evenings of elegance. Events where she can... What? If you duck your head, we wouldn't be able to see you. You're supposed to duck your head when you have to walk out in front of people. That way you become invisible. Remember that? Who teaches that? You can't see me right now. But the temptation is too great to keep your head down. At some point you look up and you become visible. Oh no! So anyway, she loves those evenings of elegance, events where she can put on the Ritz. Ritz are okay, but I prefer when it's made with a cornbread and Pepperidge Farm crouton mix. She says that I'm sick, but hey, that's how it fixed. Oh, it's all about dressing. It's true, we're confessing. Dressing's all it's about. She says she's going to need a little more celery. Last year, the bread for stuff was not enough. I think things were fine if she'd just been inclined to be in the kitchen instead of the vanity getting all fancied up. It's all about dressing. It's true, we're confessing that dressing's all it's about. She says her presentation screens for accessories, like a handbag and a new pair of shoes. Accessories to me are like giblets and gravy, chestnuts and oysters, the things you can chew. It's so misconstrued between me and you. It's all about dressing. It's true, we're confessing. Beginning. Dressing. All it's about. Eating up or eating out. I did that a Acapulco. Yeah. It's all fun. Anybody got certain Christmas traditions they do that's just crazy? Like, anybody got a crazy Christmas tradition? You have one? I know some of the generic ones. So anybody got something crazy your family does every year? It's your chance to be crazy in front of us. No one? No one's crazy? This is a time where crazy comes out. In fact, I wrote a song about that one too. I don't know if it'll play. You want to try it? You know, my doctorate's in clinical psychology. Isn't that scary? You don't have to pay for this. I won't bill you later for this whole session. But, so I figured it takes one to know one. So that's why I should be a clinical psychologist, because I am crazy, and I know it. So I wrote this song about all the mental dysfunction of Christmas. I don't know what we did, but we had a healing in our sound system. It's that time of the year of goodwill and good cheer, when the holidays pick up the pace. But dysfunction emerges like primeval urges. You see it all over the place. Crazy. We all go crazy for the holidays. Crazy. We all go crazy in a million ways. We spend money we don't have for presents they don't want, for people we don't even like. Right. Crazy, crazy for the holiday life. Sometimes I get the feeling folks are following me. Brings out my paranoia personality. I'm a manic in a panic with my shopping list. I obsessively compulse about the perfect gift. I stand for hours waiting in that checkout line. I worry if my credit card will be declined. Then stuck in traffic sitting in the SUV. Road rage is really rising up in me. I go crazy, crazy for the holidays. Yeah! Crazy. We all go crazy in a million ways. We go to parties at our friends that just never seem to end. Yet we say, it was a lovely night. Oh, crazy, crazy for the holiday life. You know, it's not just me. It's even Santa Claus. He's bipolar, working north and south ends of the mall. I have anxiety at night from watching late night TV. I'm a klepto for a steal on deals from QVC. I stand for hours waiting in the postage line. I'm depressed because my package won't arrive in time. And when I face the trays of fatty foods and calories, what I need to feed my multi-personalities. More chocolate, please! I'll go crazy. Crazy for the holidays. Crazy. We all go crazy in a million ways. The fruitcake over there, it's the same one from last year. No one's ever taken a bite. Not tonight. Crazy. Crazy for the holiday life. All right, it's time for me to do my 12-step, two-step. Let's see who's been in therapy. Ready? Hi, my name's Justin. I knew you AA people wouldn't leave me alone. I really need to get a handle on this problem. So I went to church to seek a higher source. But right there in the pew, my Messiah complex grew. When we stood to sing the Hallelujah chorus. Yeah! Get it? Messiah complex? Crazy. We all go crazy for the holidays. Crazy. We all go crazy in a million ways. So if, like me, you feel insane from all the stress and strain, just relax, you're with good friends tonight. Going crazy. Undeniably crazy. Certifiably crazy. Crazy for the holiday life. Yeah. That's the last we're doing with that. I think it's on its last leg. I bought it from Nursery Music Company. I don't know. It was a good deal. If we have any other issues, are you going to get up and down? Is this your area that you oversee? You just took it upon yourself to go walk back and forth every time I have an issue? What is your role here? Did you get a gift from everyone? Did you get a gift tonight too? You're a deacon? Well, I'm so thankful for you. Well, thanks for caring, but sit down for the rest of the evening, okay? Because 3 standing ovations are just a little too much for me. You may call it a walk to the soundboard, but I call it a standing ovation. It's all perspective, isn't it? Yeah. So. Funny things to me. Well, I don't really know what's funny to everyone else, but it's kind of interesting to me to look back now upon my life. I'm alive. Now, see, that's no big deal to you, but in 2014, the doctor said I had about 5 months to live because I was diagnosed with a dreaded cancer called pancreatic cancer. And most people don't survive that, and I understand that. I'm in the 3% group that made it. Hallelujah. I'm thankful for it. I don't fail to give God praise because it really must have been a miracle for me to be alive. And so I was starting a mission down in Dominican Republic, and you think I'm going to quit that mission? No way, I'm still alive. So I keep funding that mission and working that and help feed hungry people. And it's sad what's happening over there in Puerto Plata. It's the 4th largest sex trading site in the world, the worst in this hemisphere. And so we go in there and we do our best to alleviate pain and try to help rescue the young girls and boys that are caught up in that horrible trade. So we're there. I feed over 120 people a day at the dump who wouldn't get a nutritious meal if it weren't for our team coming in. And that's real satisfying. We bring soup and peanut butter sandwiches, bananas, clean water. It's called cups of cold water, but they don't drink cold water because they don't have any way to refrigerate it, so they're not used to that, so they don't like it. So they let it get room temperature before they drink. But we still call it cups of cold water because that's what the Bible says. And so we also work with housing and schools and churches and also. If you ever want to do something extra special, look us up. Cups of cold water. It's our work in Dominican. If you ever want to come visit, we got plenty of work for you. If you'd like to come help build churches or discipleship centers or work with the ladies who we have career training with them, teach them how to sew. My friend helped me with the name because we're just at friendship level. With Marty. Right, my friend. We both sew, and it's so odd because men don't sew down there, you know. So it's kind of interesting. The women are, oh, what? You're on a sewing machine, and so I teach them. It's kind of fun. So anyway, that's one of the things we have in common, and so. But we'd come down and help. Everybody does a little bit, you know, do what you can, make it a little better for somebody else. And so, so being alive has caused me a few things. I don't get upset like I used to. Traffic doesn't bother me anymore, really. I just go, traffic, it won't kill you, but pancreatic cancer will. And so I try not to get all anxious about stuff. You know, I wish everybody could be diagnosed with a terminal disease in here and not die from it. Because, well, you know, really you have. It's called death. And we all will, but we don't have to die from it because we have Christ, which should give us joy forever because we will live forever with Christ in heaven, where we don't have to have this pain or speech impediments that my friend with the... who sews, or hearing impediments, or crutch impediments, or, you know, you get to play a different instrument in heaven. You can still carry the flute, but if you want to play tuba in heaven, it's open. There's an opening for you. I grew up just wishing I was in another family a lot of times, because being a preacher's kid, we just didn't have a lot of money, and so we didn't learn to ask for anything because, you know how to keep from being disappointed when you're a preacher's kid? Lower your expectations. So, I mean, anybody grow up with having to wear hand-me-downs? Hand-me-downs? Yeah, it's not that bad, is it? unless you have an older sister. And that's where I think I differ from a lot, because I felt like I was the only fourth grader praying for the culotte and tube top to stay in fashion. And we didn't play the normal reindeer games. We played church. We went to church, and when we weren't at church, we played church. My brother Joe was the preacher. My other brother John took up the offering, because where two or more gathered, you shall take up an offering. And my brother said, it takes $3 to run this church, a Bible book, psalm book, and a pocketbook. Come on, people. My sister put on mom's wig and played the box. What was there left for me? I got saved over and over and over. We weren't Baptists, if we were Baptists, once played, always played, But we could lose our play salvation anytime, anyway. We'd gather up cats and dogs from the neighborhood because we're going to have an outreach, and a baptism. I got a cat with a demon. You going to kill that cat? We'll resurrect it. Come on. You're Pentecostal. My brother, he was a great preacher. He could make a glass eyeball water. I'm just telling you, he was really good. His content was really poor. He only preached nursery rhymes. Nursery rhymes, all he preached. And well, that's worth preaching, and that's worth commenting on tonight, because some of you young families need to stop this tradition of singing these lullabies to your children that are sadistic. Where did we get Rockabye Baby from? Rockabye Baby in a treetop. Who rocks their baby in a 25-foot loblolly pine? Where my baby? Up there. That's child abuse. First song, hey little baby, let me sing a song about child abuse, okay? It's right. Mama's crackhead mom gonna leave you up there in a 25-foot loblolly pine. Go get some drugs. And then 3 blind mice. Do we need to talk about that? See how they run. See how they run into the wall. Maybe you would be an advocate for the reducing of this song, even though you're not blind. Why were mice running into the wall? Because the carver knife, she took the carver knife, cut the tails off, and poked the eyes out. Whew, that's a nice topic for a little baby. Okay, I'm going to sing about child abuse and animal abuse. But you're going to be just fine. And let's sing one more. Rub-a-dub-dub, 3 men in a... We might have to take you to Dominican Republic. That is sick. 3 men. No, sir. Wrong. Bowler wrong. Doing VeggieTales here in this family. I can't wait till you learn how to talk so I can teach you one more nursery rhyme. Hey, diddle, diddle, the cat and the fiddle. The cow jumped over the moon. The little dog laughed to see such a sight. And the dish... That may be allegory, but I never got it. I know what that is. That's not a nursery rhyme. That's an LSD flashback. That's what... somebody just came back from Vietnam, all right? Agent Orange got on them or something. Little baby doesn't need to hear that either. My brother, though, we'd be out in the front yard. He'd be preaching nursery rhymes. I mean, you get convicted. Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. They say that, but we know that is not why Jack and Jill went up the hill. Because who would build a well on top of a hill? No one builds a well on top of a hill. We know why you went up that hill, Jack. We know why you went up that hill, Jill. And you need to come down from that hill and get saved today. Come on, Jack. Come on, Jill. Don't waste another minute. Get saved today. Yeah. I was nervous as a long-tailed cat in a room full of rockers. Because I knew he was going to preach on Humpty Dumpty next. And I had a weight issue. I mean, I was a fat boy. I sat next to everyone in homeroom, you know. Big old boy. We did that. That's true. True story. I remember coming in one time, I was upset about the clothes I had. I said, Dad, I don't like this shirt. My dad wouldn't let us complain like that. He said, well, son, you need to be grateful. You need to be grateful for what you have and understand that that's not a shirt anyway. It's a blouse. If you turn it inside out, it'll button up like a boy's shirt. So turn it inside out and be grateful. Okay. My dad he helped finance our family by being a carpenter also, so he's really good at working with wood, which I think that's kind of biblical. Jesus was a good Messiah and carpenter, so my dad's a preacher and carpenter. And come home from listen to me, come home from school, which was like work, and I come home and there he is in the shop working with wood. So what you doing, Dad? Making a paddle. Really? We don't even have a boat. You're already ahead of me. He goes, it's not that kind of paddle. What kind would it be? One to spank you with. You want to help? Build my own murder weapon? What are you doing now? I'm drilling holes in it. Make it more aerodynamic. You want to know the truth? It doesn't make it more aerodynamic. I don't think it does. I know what it does do. It puts hickeys on your rear end, which is embarrassing the next day at gym class. So if he's going to embarrass me, I'm going to embarrass him. Hey, Fennell, what? You got hickeys on your rear? Yeah, my dad gave those to me last night. And that's when we moved from Savannah. And so, not totally true. We moved earlier. So, I don't know really what's funny anymore. The stories, and I like stories. I love my family. I love my grandpa. Telling grandpa stories is kind of fun because they're almost true too. Anybody got a grandpa? Every hand should have gone up at that point. You don't have to know them, but you everybody have a grandpa? Anybody remember grandpa stories when you used to go there? My grandpa, he could tell some stories. He could spin a tale. In fact, I want to do a piece for him. Would you like to hear a grandpa story? Because some of you will be grandpas one day. Some of you are grandpas. Some of you are great-grandpas. Some of you are really great-grandpas. My grandpa, Thelmer Fennell. What a name, Thelmer. You think they wanted a girl? Here comes Thelma, 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 Thelmer. Thelmer. My grandpa, Thelmer Fennell, was a country kind of coot who loved the time when he could wet a line. But even more, he loved to shoot. Throughout surrounding counties, folks I got all messed up when you walked out. Did I offend you? I mean, we have twin heads. I thought we were connecting. Throughout surrounding counties, folks all knew of Grandpa's gift because when Grandpa aimed the 12-gauge Browning, he never, ever missed. Now, I reckon I heard the stories of ducks and deer and such, but the thing that Grandpa loved the most, was taking off to go hunt ducks. He lived out in the country, out in the Okefenokee swamp. Folks teased Grandpa, he lived so far out, he had to drive toward town to hunt. His cabin in the country, an unusual sight to see, filled with ducks that he had stuffed far more than the eye could see. Grandpa slept on duck-down pillars, had mallards on the sheets. Granny complained he had duck on the brain. She swore he had webbed feet. He always wore a hunting cap, kept a duck call, wah, wah, close at hand. Folks around, himself included, said he's the best duck hunter in all the land. They had his picture hung in City Hall, a statue in the square. Folks just knew when the big ducks flew, Grandpa Fennell, he'd get his share. Now, I never hunted with him, till about the year before he died. When the invitation came, of course, my heart swelled up with pride. Friends and family cheered us all along as we drove out to the lake. And as we climbed the hill, it was deathly still. You could hear those duck knees shake. We climbed down into that blind to await them wily birds. Grandpa's face turned fiercely savage, so I dared not say a word. And we sat like that for hours, and not one duck flew our way. I guess they knew their life was through if they flew by us that day. We was just about to give up, go back to the truck, when all at once, wah, wah, we heard the sound of one old lonesome duck. Oh, he's an ugly duckling. Had a mean twist to his bill, but Grandpa's eyes became galvanized as he closed in for the kill. He squeezed off a deadly volley. Blam! Tch, blam! Tch. Oh, sure, the duck would fall. But he just kept on flying. Wah, wah, like it's no big deal at all. I couldn't help but chuckle as Grandpa scratched and rubbed his head. And he said to me, "Son, today you've seen a miracle. So there flies the duck that's dead." That's it. That's all there is. Luckily, it stopped sometime during the night. I hope this Christmas brings you closer together with the ones you love, lets you express your true good emotions about each other. Tell people how much you love them while you have the chance. I've learned that every opportunity is a good opportunity to tell someone how much you love them. You may not have a tomorrow. I remember when I was diagnosed, I didn't tell my family that Christmas because I wanted it to be a Christmas that I could remember not so sad, because I didn't think I was going to get another one. And I waited till after the new year to tell them. They got all mad. "You should have told us." I said, well, I didn't want to be a downer at Christmas. I wanted to enjoy it. It was a little selfish, but hey, I'll get over it. What I have learned is tell the people how much you love them while you can. So many people are stingy with their love, expressing it. My dad and I had our issues, and it was a lot of my fault because I was not the best of child. But he didn't have to keep telling me, being the fourth, "Hey, you were an accident." It's like, I know. I said, "I know that. You told me that yesterday." I said, "Oh, you just can't hear it enough." No. There was a time in college where I messed up. People go to Bible college, still need to learn some things. Me, I got in trouble, got kicked out of school. Had to call and tell my dad, this pastor. Had to call and tell my pastor, who happened to be my dad. "Hey, Dad, I know, son, the president already called." Well, I messed up. "Well, son, in life, you're going to make some mistakes. Learn from it. And know if you're in the ministry, try not to make those kind of mistakes because a lot of people can be affected by your failure. But this is behind you. Let it go." And let me tell you a mistake I made. My dad making a mistake besides me? Says, no, I need to quit saying that too. What is it? I made a mistake too. What? I have failed to tell you how much I love you and how much I'm proud of you. What? Bad connection. Could you say that one more time? On the day, my worst day, here's my dad stepping up. So I want to tell you how much I love you and I'm proud of you. You're proud of me for getting kicked out of school? I'm proud of you for going into the ministry and being a man of your word, and when you do something, you tell the truth about it. Not proud of what you did, but I'm proud that you told the truth. And I'll let you know I love you, and I will never quit telling you that for the rest of your life. all the problems we had through high school and college just seemed to vanish. And I felt like I had a dad again who was on my side. All it took from him was to tell me he loved me. And now we never leave a conversation without the closure saying, I love you, Dad. I love you too, son, and I'm proud of you. Boy, that's what a lot of people need to hear. And if you're withholding that from someone who needs to hear it, don't be so stingy, Scrooge. Tell them. Even before this evening's over, pick up your phone and call them. Tell them how much you love them. Even if they've hurt you, even if they've said things that have made you upset, get over it. Go to Lowe's, buy a ladder, and get over it. You know? They need to hear that you love them. Too many people, we're in the ministry, too many people go to their demise never hearing their father or mother say that they love them. That's sad. Don't let that be to anybody on your offspring list. You tell them, even if you have to fudge it a little. I love you. Not much. Tell them. I want to finish with another true story. I was in seminary. I'm rapping. Stick a fork in me, I'm done. I was in seminary in Denver, Colorado. I lived in the hood. You know what the hood is? The neighborhood. I was the only white guy in there. I would not recommend that to you unless they name you. They named me. Preacher man. And I felt welcome and safe. I loved it. They loved me. I'm at Christmas time, first year away from home. Really, I had my brothers and all down at Southeastern University in Florida. But at Denver Seminary, I was by myself. I'd paid my tithes, I'd paid my school bill, I'd paid my rent, and I thought I was going to get paid from the department store, and they informed me on the day that we were going to get paid that I thought that no temporaries get paid after Christmas. Oh, because I was hoping to get that money to maybe buy some food, because all my roommates had gone. We didn't have any food in the house. Now I'm in the third day without food, and I'm hungry, and it's Christmas Day. And I'm a little homesick because I know my mama's got some turkey and dressing and all the good things that make you just salivate, and I'm looking at popcorn, and I didn't even have any oil to pop it. Widow's mite. At least she had a cruise of oil and meal. I got nothing. I got popcorn. And me and God about to have it out. I was angry with God on Christmas Day. I said, God, I don't understand this. Your word, and I opened the Bible up on the dinner table. I opened the Bible up, and I said, do I have to remind you what your word says? Not a good attitude to have on Christmas Day, I'm just saying, but I'm just being honest with you. I had it out with God. Your word says, I've never seen the righteous forsaken or his seed begging for. I didn't get the last word out because there's somebody at the door interrupting my discussion with God. I said, I'll be right back. There's somebody at the door, and then we're going to have a discussion about what your word means. I go to my neighbor. It's my neighbor, all my neighbors are men and women of color who I love. I love them. And they knock on the door, and I answer, Preacher man! Hello? Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you. How you doing? I'm all right. We never tell the truth, do we? When things aren't right. I'm all right. Let me ask you a question. What? You like chicken chow mein? Don't be messing with me. I ain't messing with you. Yeah, it's my favorite meal. Really? Because ain't nothing open on Christmas Day but a Chinese restaurant. So we went on down there and got all our meals, and we looking through all the meals, and there's an extra Chicken chow mein. And we all asking ourselves, who like chicken chow mein? Who like chicken chow mein? Anybody want some more? And everybody had all they want, and there's a whole extra chicken chow mein. And I'm thinking, I wonder if the preacher man liked chicken chow mein. I wonder if the preacher man like. I bet the preacher man like a chicken chow mein. Preacher man like a chicken chow mein. You like chicken chow mein? I said, I do like chicken chow mein very much. I wouldn't happen to have an egg roll in there too. Oh, egg roll too. Egg roll too, bro. Really. It's all yours if you want it. I would like to have that. Merry Christmas. You don't know how merry it is. God bless you. God bless you, preacher man. I put that meal of chicken chow mein on my table, and I closed that Bible because that chapter was closed. When Jesus said, thou shalt call his name, or when it said of Jesus, you shall call his name Emmanuel. You know what Emmanuel means? God with us. I didn't feel alone that Christmas. I felt as if God was eating chicken chow mein right there with me and smiling all the way. That's a true story. You can't make that up. Chicken chow mein and egg roll too. Some of you may feel alone at Christmas because your spouse has gone on to be in heaven. Other people that you know you've had to bury before their time. Maybe things aren't quite so good, and you can allow doubt or feel alone during this period. Well, to you especially, I say, Emmanuel. God is with us. God has not forsaken you. You are not alone. We just need to understand how to understand the presence of God, that he has never left us nor forsaken us. And his seed will not be begging for bread. God with us. Amen. Good night.